welcome to Newspaper Review. Here with me, Fat Sisse on Active TV. On today's headline, unclaimed corpses to be buried soon, said Director of Health. Government distributes $100,000 among Gambian bronze fire victims. Woman accused of stealing a child stands trial. In international news, a shooting in an Asian-owned hair salon in Dallas is being investigated as a federal hit. In sports, Scorpions to arrive in Senegal on May 31st ahead of AFCON qualifiers. These are our headlines. When we return, the news in details. Welcome back. Now the news in details. Unclaimed corpses to be buried soon, said Director of Health. Loli Sow reports.
The Director of Health Services at the Ministry of Health, Dr. Mustafa Piti, has told the Standard that measures are ongoing to ensure safe burial of 40 dead bodies that are kept at the country's main referral, Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital in Banjul. The presence of the bodies, some of them since over 5 years ago, has caused concern among many people. But according to Dr. Bite, a site for the burial of these unclaimed corpses have already been identified and digging graves already started. A couple of weeks ago, one Keen Jan Sala in a live video made a startling revelation of corpses being kept in refrigerated containers at the hospital for well over 5 years. The lady, who claimed to be financier to the Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital mortuary, said she came to the realization of the following a request to be taken to the mortuary. But speaking on the matter on Wednesday, Dr. Bite said, "I have been given updates that process have halted because of the environment in those days. You don't just go around burying a lot of bodies at a certain critical condition in the periods like the elections. So you have to wait for the right time, and when everybody is sensitized, then you can do it. We have already dug the places that we are to be supposed to be buried. All the paperwork and documentation have been done, and our Office of Ministry of Health has given all the approvals." According to him, the process is manipulated and involves coordinators among the police, Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital, and the Gambia Red Cross Society. He said the process was prolonged because of the most corpses are unclaimed, which requires thorough consultation and verifications. It's not easy to dump bodies like that. You have to take lots of precaution and ensure that mechanism is exhausted. You can't bury everybody's corpse like that without due consideration, the director added. Dr. Bite referred the Standard to the Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital spokesperson Keba Sane for more details. Mr. Sane was not available, but he told West Coast Radio on Wednesday that the bodies were brought to the hospital for keeping, and it's not their responsibility for the hospital to bury them. For Active TV News, I am Loli Sow.
Woman accused of stealing a child stands trial. Siraba reports.
Woman accused of stealing child stands trial. Police prosecutors in Banjul have filed a single charge of child stealing against one Anna Sane. She is accused of stealing a baby girl in Lamindaranka village. Miss Sane, 18, pleaded not guilty to the charge before Magistrate Peter at the chair of the Birkama court. According to the police prosecutor, ASP Bute Sawane, the alleged incident happened on 1st May at Lamindaranka, when Anna Sane, with intent to deprive, stole a 3-month-old baby girl. ASP Sawane, however, begged the court for adjournment to enable him to call witnesses and also urged the court to deny bail to the accused for 3 reasons, among them the security of the accused, the condition of the child's health, and that investigations is not yet done. Responding to the prosecution's objection, the application for bail, Sirif Kumar Job, lawyer for the accused, urged the court to overrule the prosecution's objection and grant his client a bail, since the offense is bailable. The defense counsel further submitted that the accused has been in detention for a very long time and she is a student. He argued that she is so far in the hands of her parents than any other place. In his ruling, the presiding magistrate chair has granted the prosecutor's prayers and refused bail, saying the prisons submitted are paramount. The case was adjourned to 13 June for full hearings. Reporting for Active TV News, I am Siraba.
The government distributes $100,000 among Gambian bronze fire victims. Suraba reports.
Washington, D.C., 19 May 2020. The Embassy of the Gambia to the United States of America and the Permanent Mission of the Gambia to the United Nations in New York informed the public that it has distributed to the Gambia government allocated funds of $100,000 among Gambians involved in Bronx fire disaster that took place on 9 January 2022. The fire claimed 17 lives. 15 of the deceased were Gambians. The mission and the embassy, in concert with the Gambian community leaders, designed a distribution formula which allocated $2,000 to each deceased person. With this, although the representatives of the 15 dead persons received $30,000, whilst the remaining $70,000 was shared among the rest of the surviving victims through their family and household representatives. A total of 103 survivors received $679, each amounting to $700,000. In his welcoming remarks, the ambassador and the permanent representative of the Gambia to the United Nations in New York, His Excellency Lang Yabu, warmly welcomed victims' family to the mission and thanked them on behalf of the President for coming and received what he described as a gesture of solidarity from the government of the Gambia. He said circumstance has led to this meeting and indeed undesired one. Nothing worldly, familiarly material cannot be adequated to human life because Sakrosnak, he used the opportunity to pray for Allah's mercy on the departed souls. Ambassador Yabu explained the previous meetings and consultations with the family victims were geared towards ensuring no member of the victim's family is left behind. He said accountability in an integral part of the good governance, those needing ensuring that every victim gets his or her fair share of the funds. He informed the gathering that as a government representative, accountability and transparency are the key to their work. Ambassador Yabu recognized great efforts made by the staff to the permanent mission as well collaboration and support given to the Gambia Embassy, Washington, D.C. The two most the Gambia Youth Organization and elders in generating all-inclusive data concerning the victims and families. He reiterated that the involvement and presence of Embassy in Washington, D.C. is important as the welfare of every Gambia in the United States falls squarely under the embassy happened. The ambassador used the opportunity to heal the unity and solidarity between members of the Gambia community, especially when the unfortunate incident happened. He said the incident has further strengthened bonds of solidarity, adding that each and every member of the community rendered support to victims in one way or the other. Ambassador Yabu returned gratitude to His Excellency, the President of Minister of Foreign Affairs and people of the Gambia for the support given, as the Gambia is the only country that gave such a relief package to its citizens affected by the fire. He therefore urged families to remain strong, adding that tragedy was ordered by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ambassador Yabu recalled the prompt engagement of the late Ambassador Dauda D. Fedra when the tragedy happened and how the team and Foreign Minister and His Excellency Dr. Mamadou Tangara discussed the issue of the humanitarian gesture and came to a consensus that support should be given to the victims. He called on the community to inculcate high sense of discipline in their children and send them to school. This, he added, will further increase the value and recognition of the community in the U.S. He also informed the gathering that the Gambia government is appreciative of giving support by Gambians in the United States as well as other nationals. The Honorary Consul Designate, Mr. Ibu Cham, commended the entire Gambian community for the cultural work relations he had with them since incident broke out. He used the opportunity to pray for victims and wishing them peace and unity as a community. Mr. Sheikh Musa Drame, a community leader who spoke on behalf of the community, said, "It is not the amount given, but it's the gesture that matters, and that moment a lot of them. He thanked the staff and the mission in New York and the embassy DC in collaboration and support since the incident happened. The support, Mr. Drama said, was welcoming and therefore expressed profound gratitude and ensure that the community they continue to support and defend the Gambia, the government and its officials. He observed that it is consoling to know that the government is sensitive to their pain. He expressed the community's displeasure over what he referred to as lack of enough support sensitivity from U.S. authorities. Mr. Drame concluded by calling for urgent steps to be taken by community-elected authorities to address the challenges facing them as a community. A number of family representatives took the floor to comment and pray for mission and embassy staff as well as government and the people of the Gambia while expressing their sincere appreciation for the donation. They asked the ambassador to convey their sincere appreciation to His Excellency, the President and his government. For Active TV News, I am Loli Sow.
Now in international news, a shooting in an Asian-owned hair salon in Dallas is being investigated as a federal hate. Loli Sow reports.
Federal officials are investigating a shooting that wounded 3 people at Quarren salon in Dallas last week as a potential hate crime. As local authorities say, they believe that the attack is connected to 2 earlier attacks to other Asian-run businesses. The FBI's field office in Dallas, the Department of Justice Civil Rights Division and U.S. Attorney Office has announced the federal hate crime investigation in a statement on Monday. We are close in communication with Dallas police and partnering together to thoroughly investigate this incident, the statement from FBI field office said. This is an ongoing investigation. We are not able to comment further at this time. Dallas County District Attorney John Ziegert voiced the support of the investigation Tuesday, saying in a statement, based on what's been sent to our office, there is more than enough to justify prosecuting that as a hate crime. Police have arrested a suspect identified as 36-year-old Jimmy Trent Smith. He also faces state charges in connection to this shooting, including 7 counts of felony aggravated assault with deadly weapons, according to Dallas police. According to probable cause evidence obtained by CNN, police believe Smith entered Hair Wall Salon May 11 within .22 caliber rifle and began shooting. He fired approximately 13 times, hitting 3 people before flying in the scene. The evidence said one was shooting in the right forehand, one was shooting in the foot, and one was shooting in the lower back. Authorities have obtained surveillance video of a man who matches suspect's description running to vehicle parked across the street from the salon. That vehicle is described as a red Honda Abdazib minivan per the evidence. Smith is currently being held in Dallas County Jail. According to evidence, CNN could not reach him for comment and has been unable to determine whether he has legal representation to speak on his behalf. Police see connection to 2 other attacks. Smith's arrest comes amid to such reportedly hate crimes against Asian Americans, including 2 other attacks in Dallas. Authorities believe they are connected to the hair salon shooting. Police Chief Agado Gracia said in a news conference Tuesday, pointing to a similar vehicle involved in both incidents. The day before the salon shooting, a suspect in Bugatti the van of a car drove by the shoot into another Asian road business. Police said 3 people are at the same time not injured, and on April 2nd, a vehicle described as witnesses as red minivan drove past strip mall of Asian-run businesses and fired at 3 businesses, Gracian said at the same time. At this time, there have been no arrests on those cases as more work investigation needs to be done before Smith can charge in these cases, Gracian said Tuesday. Police interviewed Smith's girlfriend, who the affidavits say told the Smith was in a car accident about 2 weeks ago that also involved an Asian man. Smith has had near panic attacks when it is around anyone of Asian descent. Anytime the suspect Smith is around anyone of Asian descent, he begins having delusion that Asian mob is after him or attempting to harm him. The affidavits continue. Due to delusion, the suspect have been admitted to several mental health facilities. CNN has reached out to Smith's girlfriend for more details but has not heard back. Additionally, Smith was fired from a previous job for verbally attacking an Asian boss, the affidavits allege. For Active TV News, I am Loli Sow.
Welcome now in sports. Scorpions to arrive in Senegal on May 31st ahead of AFCON qualifiers. Fatou Cisse reports.
The Gambia senior national football team, the Scorpions, will arrive in Senegal on 31st May 2022 ahead of their 2023 Cup of Nations qualifiers opening match against South Sudan on 4th June 2022 at Stade Lat Diop. Coach Tom and his charges will hold series of training seasons in chess. Senegal to prepare themselves fit enough for their crunch qualifier clash with the Sudanese. The Scorpions will struggle to pummel South Sudan in their opening group encounter to clinch the significant 3 points before crashing with Congo in their second group match. The Gambia has drawn against Mali, Congo, and South Sudan in Group F for all 2023 Cup of Nations qualifiers. Reporting for Active TV News, I am Fatou Cisse.
This is all we have for you on Newspaper Review tonight. Thank you for watching.